sometimes you hit those weeks and they're one of those weeks where you just have so much stuff going on and there's so many things that happen in those given weeks that it makes that week harder than it really needs to be. This week was one of those weeks. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Welcome back to the Brood for Life podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode. It was definitely a part of me that I think I need to talk about a little bit more often, and it's part of the healing journey, honestly, to be able to release some of the stuff that you carry. And I know I have mentioned it before that, us as humans, we kind of compartmentalize your hurt, your pain, your struggles, and all those things. So I think it's important that, you guys get to see that outside of all the stuff I talk about, like, I've worked through shit too, and it's just not bullshit that I've kind of been through my struggles and it helped develop me to be the person that I am. So this week, we're going to talk about, some things that make your weeks a little bit tougher. And in this past week, it happens to be something that couples usually hang their hat on every single year, which is Valentine's Day. And to be fair, I think Valentine's Day is a nice holiday. It's great for retailers. It's great for restaurants. But if you're not telling the person that you love on a regular basis and the person that makes you feel whole, how important they are, then you're missing the boat and you're missing truly what Valentine's Day is all about. Outside of that, it's also my dad's birthday the day before Valentine's Day, which leads to an influx of emotions. And as much as at times my dad and I didn't always get along and we struggled to really have like a great relationship until he was older, it's always hard for me when it comes time for his birthday to roll around, more so than the day he passed. And that's because, it's a reminder that he's not here anymore, and it's a reminder of how much I miss him and how much I really do. The best way I can explain it is I miss being able to say thank you for all the things that he has taught me. I don't ever think about, the tough times with him around his birthday. I just think about how blessed and how happy he would be right now to not just see my oldest sonny and doing what he's doing, but also to be able to spend time with the little guy who was just, it just brought a tremendous amount of joy to him when he found out that Audrey was pregnant. So this time of the year tends to be a little bit rough. And then this week, rolling in after all of that stuff, we roll into Audrey's birthday, which is just, it's another day. So that we have a lot compounded into one area. Her mom's birthday is also this week. So it tends to be a little bit of busy week. And this week also happens to be a very busy week for me at work. I have a lot of different appointments this week, plus I have a training thing, and it's going to be a go 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 kind of a week. What do you guys do when you run into a week like this where there's just so many moving parts and so many things that demand your attention in that week? Like, what do you do to sort through that stuff? The best thing you could do, I guess, would be make sure that you have your time frame scheduled. Make sure that you have everything that you need to get done that week prioritized, and that you have a plan in order to meet and take care of all those things. It's not a shoot from the hip kind of a week. It's a week where things need to fall into place and you can't really have too many speed bumps and too many struggles, because that will cause an already stressful week to be twice as stressful. And with that said, I've got appointments tomorrow. I've got appointments Monday or Tuesday. I've got a big ride along on Wednesday. I've got more appointments on Thursday, and then I have this training thing on Friday. Meanwhile, trying to squeeze in and get ready because Audrey and I are going away for the weekend. Not really the weekend. We're going away for one day just to kind of do our own thing to celebrate Valentine's Day a little bit, and more importantly, her birthday. Because like I said, Valentine's Day to me is just, it's another day. And as a spouse and anyone who's ever been in a relationship knows how important it is to show the person that you are in a relationship with how important they are to you and how much you care about them, how thankful you are to have them in your life. So less about Valentine's Day, more about her birthday. And we're gonna actually go and do something that we haven't done since we've been together, which we're gonna go and spend the night up at Mohegan. We're gonna relax. We're gonna go having a great dinner. We're gonna have a couple of drinks, go watch some live music, gamble a little bit. We're just gonna enjoy each other's time. And with anybody with a little one knows that that time with a little one is few and far between. So it's important that you capitalize on all of that stuff. Now, as far as trying to prioritize all of this, all of these different moving parts, I thought, going in the last week, knowing that my dad's birthday was on Friday, Valentine's Day was on Saturday, and my week was already pretty normal for the sense of a work week. And once I got to Friday, I just, like multiple times I had broken down a little bit. In the morning time, it was just me and the little guy. Thank God I had him with me. Not that it like held me together, but it's just a reminder of how important it is for me to get things right and how important it is for me to make sure that I am being the best dad that I can be. Because at some point in this life, I'm not going to be able to be there for my boys. And I want them to realize through their entire lives that I can always be somebody that they can count on. Not that my dad didn't always do that for me. He was there in some of my toughest times. Like, when I got arrested both times, my dad was there. My dad was one of the first people to give me a hug and tell me how proud he was when I bought my first home. He was incredibly happy and so proud that he saw me finally happy for the first real time in a relationship with Audrey where I could just be myself. And I want my boys to be able to have that kind of relationship with me, but I don't want it to be towards the end of my life. I want them to be able to have that with me all their lives. I want them to know that they can count on me, that they can talk to me about anything, and although I might be upset, that I will still love and support them. And at times with my dad, I didn't always feel that way, even though he was always there for me. But I think it's important that they get to see that. So I spent my Friday dealing with my dad's, birthday and him not being here. And I got to do some things with my little guy and listen to him laugh and giggle and just have the time be me and him was so important. And then we go into Valentine's Day, which, like I said, for Audrey and I, it's not that big of a deal. And, we try to do something a little special for dinner, but we definitely don't go out to eat anymore. And we don't do all of that stuff. We know exactly how much each other means to each other and exactly how much we love and support each other. So we do that every single day. So to cram it all into one day and pretend that we don't do it all the time just kind of seems a little ridiculous. And all of that rolls into this week, right? So Monday, I have a bunch of appointments that are, have the potential to be pretty big, in sales, it's important to lock down accounts that not only can generate a good amount of cases for me every single week, but it also is important for me to understand exactly what their need is and how I can help them meet their goals based on those needs. It's not always about selling the cases. Sometimes it's about building that relationship. So Monday, I am doing that for what could potentially be a new account that hasn't done something in a long time. They're new owners at a place that is pretty familiar up in this area. And they haven't done pizza in a long time. So I was able to kind of put together a last minute thing with my pizza guy. And we're going to go in there and check that stuff out. And that's pretty much how my week is going to go. It's appointment with specialists, trainings. It's just going to be go, 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 go. And honestly, by the time Saturday comes around, I'm going to need to have that break. And I'm glad that I'm going to be able to kind of get away and do it with the person that means the most to me. But I have it all planned out. I already have things scheduled. I already have all my appointments made. I already understand what steps I need to take throughout the week. So it makes it easier to navigate that. And if you're not good at it, there are so many avenues right now to be able to put those pieces together. And you should use all of them. The first thing that I think is really important when it comes to navigating a busy week is use your calendar. We all carry our phones with us. We all have the ability to put in appointments and we all have abilities to put in tasks and stuff that need to happen. Just hold yourself accountable and put it in there. It's not being petty. It's not being stupid. It's going to keep you on track. It's going to keep you focused. It's going to not allow you to stray from the plan. And do that every single day. Take little notes, do all these things because it's going to help you be better in the end. It's going to be important for you to be able to keep yourself accountable and make sure that you achieved all the tasks that needed to happen for that day and for your week. If you're the kind of person that struggles and gets sidetracked very easily, definitely use a calendar. Use a calendar, write down, like, have little things, have timers set on those events to remind you to stay the course, to remind you to keep pushing forward, to remind you what your next step is. It'll help you tremendously. And when you get to a point, you might just start subconsciously doing it on your own without even thinking about it anymore. That is if what you do on a weekly basis is exactly the same. If it's not, it's important to set your calendar with whatever it is you need to do as it becomes available to you. Put it in your calendar, set those reminders, keep yourself on track, keep yourself focused on what the goal is. It's not always easy to do it. And I think all of us get to a point at times where we're just kind of like, yeah, it's not that you procrastinate, it's just you really don't want to do something. And having that reminder that it has to happen is a good way to refocus your mind and put you back in the frame of mind of, I have to get this done. I will be better for doing this. I will achieve my goal if I do this. I will meet my end game if I do this. It's a great barometer for yourself. And it's important, like I said, because everybody has an objective that they want to reach in the future. The thing that stops us is us getting sidetracked and losing our focus and not being able to get back on the path. So set yourself some little memos and set yourself some timers and set all of those things to make sure that you could stay the course until it becomes a pattern of life, just like anything else, right? So if you put that in context with, let's say, going to the gym, it's the hardest thing to do when you start going to the gym is to get up and go, motivate yourself to get that good workout in, and then to do it consistently. But once you've done it consistently for a period of time, it no longer becomes a task, it becomes a habit. And now you just subconsciously do it without even thinking, and you get to reap all the rewards for doing it. This is no different. Task for life, task for work, all of that stuff is no different. Once you put yourself in a position to be able to do it without thinking, then that's where you will start seeing the success. That's how you win the battle of busy weeks. Plan, execute, reap the reward. It's always the best plan. And don't get me wrong, sometimes there's going to be some things that come in and they're going to try to change your course, and it's okay to deal with them. And then look at that calendar, look at your schedule, look at your task list, and get back on track. Win. That is the way that people who want to be highly successful, people who are highly successful, work. A lot of them don't shoot from the hip. They know exactly what their goal is. They know exactly what the stuff is that they have to have happen for that given day and that given week. And they stay the course. They don't allow anything to disrupt their course. All the speed bumps get addressed and then they get pushed forward. You get back on the horse and keep pushing forward. Severely important. The second thing is, as you get through these weeks and as you start seeing your plan happen and start seeing that there are rewards based on being so focused, you got to take the time to not reward yourself, but focus that, hey, I did it. I won. I did a great job this week. You need to be able to give yourself that positive feedback. You can't always be so hard on yourself. They say that as you enter something hard or something that you're scared of, they say that when you enter those moments, that the best thing you could do is say, I can do this, speak positively about yourself, and don't even attempt to do the task until you start believing what you are saying. Going into anything with a positive attitude will always give you a better result than when you go in there expecting to lose and telling yourself you're going to lose. You're never going to reach that accomplishment that you went in there trying to obtain. If you go in there saying, hey, I could do this, I am going to do this, I will do this, and then see what the end result is, chances are you're going to win more times than you're not. And that's important because positive reinforcement and positive feedback will give you all of those results you're looking for. You can't be hard on yourself. You have to be honest. You have to be truthful, and you have to tell yourself that guess what? Although I've lost 100 times, this will be the time I'm going to win. I have to win. I need this win. And you do it. You do whatever it takes to make it happen. But telling yourself that you're going to be a loser entering that and that you're not going to obtain the win already puts yourself in a negative position to even have an opportunity to win the result you're looking for. So don't be negative on yourself. Take those 2 suggestions on how to be able to be successful and how to be able to achieve the goal that you're looking to achieve on busy weeks. All of those things, both of those things, all will breed success. It's not hard. Success is really just you being focused and attacking whatever it is that you're trying to achieve with a plan and following that plan. Same as you would at any other thing. So be positive about it. Focus yourself on it. Win, and don't allow your mind to beat yourself up to a point where you don't achieve that goal. Thank you guys for listening this week. As always, check out the Baines Brewing, the Brewed for Life podcast, and the Dad Son community all on Instagram. Check out the TikTok page, the Brewed for Life podcast. Please jump on there, like, follow, do all of those things. I appreciate the support very much, and we'll talk to you guys next week.